Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. I trust we are all doing well and staying safe. Fantastic. Before we go on to my topic today, I would just like to celebrate our apprentice this week because this week is from the 8th of February to 14th of February. We will be celebrating. It's a National Apprentice Week. So I'd just like to, first of all, to say thank you to the two valuable apprentices that I have working with John Salmon Estate, and that's Brendan Tasley and also Fatima Said. I just wanted to say that I appreciate you both. Thank you for being a valuable part of the team. And I'll be having a one-to-one video done with both of them, and I'll be releasing that shortly. It's just talking about their journey, sharing their story, how they began, and how they had where they are now, and where they hope to be in some. So once again, this is just to celebrate the apprentice working for us. Brendan Tasley and Fatima said you are both appreciated, and thank you for being a valuable member of the team. So today we will be talking about two things. Number one, it's the increase in mortgage application, which shows that there's been demand for properties. And also we'll be talking about the extension to help to buy scheme and what you need to know about that. So what is happening with mortgage application? The number of mortgage application given now has given a green light and soared to about 13-year high in 2020 despite the lockdowns. Yes, the number of mortgages given has given the green light soared to about a 13-year high in 2020 despite the lockdown. So for those of you thinking that mortgage applications has gone down based on the pandemic, yes, it's slightly taking a longer time, but there's still a lot of people making application according to Zoopla. The increase came despite the level of pipeline loans. In other words, mortgages have been given the go-ahead, but the money has not yet been released, slumping to a record low of 9,400 in May. The housing market has bounced back in the second half of the year, according to Bank of England. That's fantastic. That's fantastic news, isn't it? So what is happening now? I'm sure you're all asking what is happening now. Disruption, but the market took off again once restrictions, once restrictions were lifted, unleashing pent-up demand and causing people to carry out a once-in-a-lifetime reassessment of their housing needs. During the lockdown, it's caused a lot of people to reassess their housing needs. And at the same time, the stamp duty holiday prompted many people to bring forward purchases in order to benefit from the tax week. Who does it affect? Sales were agreed on more than 300 billion. Yes, I did say that 300 billion worth of property last year. That's 20% higher than 2019, according to House Price Index, though we don't have the figure yet for 2021. But first-time buyers struggled, unfortunately, in 2020 as lenders withdrew the low deposits. So the lenders had a higher deposit for first-time buyers. So in terms of the number of people making application, it was lower as compared to the previous year. So what's the background? With a third national lockdown, which we are currently now in place, would-be sellers appear to have paused in listing their homes for sale, according to our house price index. However, the pandemic continues to fuel buyer appetite. Yes, absolutely. By a last-minute stamp duty deadline rush, which is the same thing we spoke about last week. The mismatch between supply and demand could put further upward pressure on the prices, but the shortage of homes on the market is likely to lead to a dip in transaction. There have been calls for the government to extend the stamp duty holiday. There's a debate going on. Property market lobbying as well, so to provide further support to the market, but it has so far rolled out. There's been nothing confirmed now, but the government has pushed back the deadline by further month to help buyers whose new homes have been hit by coronavirus delays. The government has extended the deadline for the current Help to Buy initiative for a second time due to buildings delays caused by coronavirus virus pandemic. The so-called qualification deadline, the date by which constructions of the property must have been completed, has been pushed back by a further month until 31st of March 2021. So the deadline for legal completion, I beg your pardon, for homes being brought under the scheme remains unchanged at 31st of March 2021, although under certain circumstances it can be put back onto 31st of May 2021. That's fantastic, isn't it? The Help to Buy equity loan scheme enables, what is Help to Buy? What is the Help to Buy loan scheme? Enables people to purchase a new build home with just a 5% deposit, with the government topping this up with a 20% loan. This is interest free for 5 years. Yes, absolutely. I know that some of us are already aware of the scheme, but for the first timers are not aware. So that is what Help to Buy loan scheme means. The current scheme is being replaced by a new version, which I'm going to explain briefly, which is only available to first-time buyers on 1st of April. On 1st of April this year. What is happening? The scheme is being extended for a second time. Yes, for the second time, due to the disruption caused to the house building industry as a result of lockdowns and social distancing measures introduced to combat COVID-19. Despite the qualification deadline having previously been extended by 2 months, there are still fears that many families hoping to take advantage of Help to Buy could miss out due to delays in their home being considered. So who does it affect? Although the deadline has been extended, it does not apply to everyone. So I must stress on that. It doesn't apply to everyone. If you had reserved a property through the scheme by 30th of June 2020, the deadline by which the property must be built has been extended until 31st of March 2021. Under certain circumstances, the date for legal completion can also be extended from 31st of March until 31st May 2021. That's fantastic. If the building work was severely delayed due to first-time national lockdown, how would employ you to find out from your builders currently? But house builders must receive approval for this delay from Homes England, the government housing, that's the government housing coordinator. And also, if you reserved your home on 1st of July 2020, you will still benefit from an extension of the qualifying deadline until 31st of March. But you must also be able to legally complete your purchase and receive the keys to your property to move in on that date. So please take note. And also, what's the background? The new Help to Buy scheme loan, which is already open to applications, will only apply to first-time buyers. So I must repeat that again. The new Help to Buy equity loan scheme, which is already open to applications, will only apply to first-time buyers. It will also see the introduction of regional price caps on the value of a property that it can be used to purchase. The caps range from 186,100 in the northeast to 437,600 in the southeast and 600,000 in London. The scheme will run from 1st of April 2020 to 31st of March 2023. The top three takeaways from this would be: the government has extended the deadline for the current Help to Buy initiative for a second time. The so-called qualification deadline has been pushed back by a month until 31st of March 2021. The deadline for legal completion remains unchanged at 31st March 2021. Although other certain circumstances, it can be pushed back until 31st of May 2021. So that's it for us today in regards to the new Help to Buy scheme extension, and also what has been happening to demand and also mortgage application, what has happened since 2020 to 2021 according to Zoopla and House Index Price. I hope this has been helpful. Should you have any more questions whatsoever in terms of what we've spoken about? And also, I would like to remind landlords that all existing tenancies must have, by 1st of April 2021, must have the new electric safety certificate. This has to be done by 1st of April. I just thought I will remind all the landlords listening at the moment. So for all exist last year, it was for new tenancies from July 1st, 2020. But from 1st of April 2021 will be all existing tenancy must have the electric safety certificate. If you have questions about contractors to use safety, then I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. And please remember, you must use a safety engineer that is registered. This cannot be done by someone that is unregistered. It has to be done by someone that is registered. So that's a reminder that I would like to remind our landlords how they. And if you have any questions whatsoever, in terms of any property needs, private rental sector, anything, Section 8, Section 21, coronavirus 19, I beg your pardon, COVID-19, in terms of how your tenants are doing, if some are in arrears, you want to know how to help them, what to do. And there are so many. The fantastic thing is that there are so many schemes out there that has been provided, available by the government to help everyone, regardless of whatever category you could be, a self-employed person, you could be a business owner, you could have lost your work, there's fallow scheme out there. So there's so many benefits out there. But if you have questions, you don't know how to go about your tenancy, feel free to give us a call. Our telephone number is 0203-6014-664, www.johnsamuelestate.co.uk. And also, we do have the property surgery, which is a community project that was launched in 2019. This is a project that is free of charge. Yes, I did say it, free of charge for all residents locally or nationally. But I must stress on the fact that you need to book. It happens, or it runs on last Tuesday of the month between 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. And the good news is, at the comfort of your home, we'll be able to answer your questions. It's done virtually now, so please feel free to book. We've had success through the property surgery. A lot of problems have been solved. And finally, we have now updated why landlords and tenants fall out of love, and that is what I spent most of my time during the first lockdown and the second lockdown doing, because I'm sure you'd agree with me. My last book was published 2016, but now it's 2021. There's been a lot of updates, so I've had to update most of the laws. There's been more restrictions. We've spoken about the lockdowns, updated version to Section 8, Section 21 in terms of view. So there's been a lot that has happened since 2016 up to now, so which I have updated in the book. And once that should be released anytime from next week, and we'll talk about it and just talk about the update from the book and where to get your copy. And like I said, landlords and tenants don't need to fall out of love if they have the right understanding and they're aware. Self-awareness is very important. So that's it for us today. I hope this has been I'm certain this has been helpful rather than I hope. Thank you, everyone, and have a good day. And remember to stay safe. John Samuel Estate, we are still open as normal. We're still open as normal, so we are available to take questions. If you have any new inquiries, we are still open from 9:30 to 6:30. So simply send us an email. We are still taking in new properties, and we're still renting properties. We are taking on sales, taking on inquiries, so we are still open as normal. But at the same time, as we said, safety over profits, and we are conducting our business in line with the government's restrictions in terms of COVID-19. Thank you, and have a good day. Stephanie Okafor.